still super excited to see who we get as a D coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see who we get as a
But are
D
you still kind of
coordinator.
worried? Like, because I remember you said you kind of want to keep that Alex Saban scheme going. So are you kind
I
of
do.
worried? Like, we bringing somebody because you see all this talent coming in, right? So you're like, are you still worried at all that we might leave the Saban scheme and go somewhere else?
Um, there's not a lot of coaches that are a part of that Saban tree,
Mm-hmm.
so I won't be surprised if we do end up leaving the Saban tree. However, I definitely trust Coach Prime as far
Mm-hmm.
as being able to find the right coach. Like I was talking about before with Arizona, with
Right.
their head coach, getting a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new defense coordinator. Everybody doesn't fit in every scheme.
Right.
I believe one Coach Prime, he's looking at the NFL. Coaching carousel going on and everything right now. He's looking to see who's available there. We still have things going on in college football as far as coaching carousel.
Yeah.
So he's also looking to see who's going to be available in that coaches portal per se. But I think one, we need a D coordinator soon
Mm-hmm.
because we're getting ready to go into spring ball. So you want to be able to get that solidified. I'm not sure on the rules now, but I know last time I was playing during this time, there's only a certain amount of hours per week that you could spend with your actual coaches. And
Right.
none of it was able to be doing like actual football activities on the field. Like you could be doing winter workouts, which are just like conditioning,
Mm-hmm.
but not actually coaches weren't actually to be there with us when we did 7-on-7 and stuff like that. But we had our own 7-on-7s. The coaches weren't involved. So
Gotcha.
that was a point where we started implementing a new defensive scheme or stuff like that so we could
Mm-hmm.
see how it plays out. So I definitely want to see a D coordinator soon, very, very
Right.
soon. But I think Coach Prime is trying to find the right coach for the personnel that he has.
Yeah, because I'm like, he's got a lot of talent, bro. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, but he's not trying to hide behind the talent. I think he's trying to find a
Mm-mm.
coordinator that knows going to know how to maximize the talent he got. Like, but
Yeah.
don't rely too heavy on the talent because I want you to be
Mm-hmm.
able to coach these guys. You know what I'm saying? And I think he wants to make sure that he gets somebody that he knows that's going to make these guys better. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and he's probably also wants somebody experienced, you know what I'm saying? So but hey, look, looking at this defensive line, think about the defensive backs, bro. I think that you know, defensive coordinators are already lined up. He
Mm-hmm.
probably already got his guy, really.
Yeah, I'm sure
You
he
know what
has
I'm
his
saying?
top
I think
guys
he's
in
probably
mind for sure.
already got his guy, and he just can't really decide which one he wants. That's
Mhm.
kind of where I feel like it's probably
Bro,
at.
you know the craziest part about all of this? I'm gonna go back to this graphic real quick. So we got 3 of the top 7 D linemen in the country
Mhm.
out of the transfer portal. We just obviously got the recent commitment from BJ Green. We got the commitment from Liberty transfer, 4-star transfer Preston Hodge, who plays DB. We got all these transfers without a D coordinator on
Because
staff.
they joined Coach Prime and don't even know what defensive scheme they're going into. That's
And
wild.
I know some of them had committed before
Hmm.
Charles Kelly had left, but since the time that he left, they still could have said, hey, I want to go to this school or whatever.
Right, right, right,
But that shows how much these kids believe in Coach Prime. For you
right.
to continuously get top defensive recruits and you don't have a defensive coordinator is insane. No other coach in college football could pull this off that isn't the D coordinator themselves. Like
Got you.
that's
So
how
yeah,
big
of course the
Coach
Saban
Prime
can do
is.
it because Saban was
Yeah, because
defense
he was
right,
running the defense. So
right,
whoever he brought in as the defensive coordinator was running his defense. So you already knew the
right.
scheme, you knew the style. But to get these guys to commit, because any other coach, have they recruited me and say, yeah, we don't have a D coordinator yet. We don't know what scheme we're doing. Mm-mm. I've been at Nevada where we had the most basic vanilla scheme, had one man coverage call, had one blitz, never again. Like
Yeah,
you can have coaches that can completely mess up your personnel
because the
and not use
personnel
them the
might
way
not
they're
fit the
supposed to
scheme.
be.
Right, right. Like you kind of you
Exactly.
saying on the offensive side. You know what I'm saying?
Like, for instance, if you got like Quincy Wiggins, he's 6'6", 275. He's not a 3-4 edge rusher,
Mhm.
where in the 3-4, you have basically your fourth linebacker, which is an edge and can be somebody that drops back in coverage.
Right.
We haven't seen him play much 6'6", 275, I don't see you dropping back in coverage.
Not at
We saw
all, man. Not at
we
all.
saw it this year with your team, Hassan Reddick. They had Hassan Reddick at times dropping into coverage. He's a pass rusher. He needs to be rushing. He needs to
That pass.
be. He's
And you taking him from the best thing he knows how to do,
exactly.
and probably put him in the worst thing he don't know how to
Yeah.
do.
Hmm.
And so, I just, what what grinds my gear, bro. I just don't. I hate coach speak. I hate whatever. Like, oh, we
Yeah.
know we got to be like, no, fool,
Hmm.
we know too.
Yeah. Exactly. And then you get some guys that are more linebacker
Mhm.
edges where they're truly a 3-4 linebacker. They can play both. But then you put them in a situation where they're in a 4-3 and their hands in the dirt all the time. Like TJ
Mm.
Watt isn't TJ Watt in a 4-3 scheme like he
Right.
is in the 3-4 scheme where he's able to rush, he's able to drop. He's not going to make the same plays that he does.
Mhm.
So it is huge that you find a D coordinator that understands the personnel and use them to their strengths. And I think that's part of the holdup with Coach Prime is making sure, hey, I got to get a guy who's going to run this the right way, who's going to utilize guys to their best abilities
Right.
instead of just trying to implement what they think is best or just some generic defense they have. No, you have to cater it around your personnel.
No, I 1,000% agree. And then you said going into Big 12. Big 12 is a passing league, So I mean, Coach Prime got it. So we'll see what
Mhm.
it is. We'll see what he gonna drop us
Yeah,
on.
we definitely trust in Coach Prime.